Coming up on News Live at 6, I'm in Link Hall at the Act Forward Symposium, happening right now. I'll have more details in just a few minutes.
Plus, the Syracuse Mayoral Forum at Everson Museum.
And Syracuse's Downtown Committee held its annual Progress Breakfast today. The details on what was discussed. News Live at 6 starts right now. In honor of Remembrance Week, scholars are showcasing what they have been working on to honor the lives lost 37 years ago. Thanks for joining us tonight. I'm Lauren Holdmeyer.
And I'm Tyler Oldano. Our Skylar Smith joins us live from the Act Forward Symposium. Skylar, what exactly are these scholars presenting?
Hey Tyler and Lauren, I'm at the Act Forward Symposium, where Remembrance scholars are presenting their ongoing work and demonstrating the ideas they've been working on. Now, these scholars are really embracing this year's motto, Look Back and Act Forward, by implementing projects such as creating podcasts, which will discuss the tragedy's impact on both the Lockerbie, Scotland community as well as the Syracuse community, reflecting with local seniors about their experience at the time of the Pan Am Flight 103 attack, and talking with high schoolers about media literacy. Now, the organizer of the Remembrance Scholars program, Kelly Radowski, who was a freshman at Syracuse University at the time of the attack, says that the project is incredibly meaningful to her and heartwarming.
It makes me so proud of our scholars, of our university, because they really take this very seriously. It's something that they commit to. Basically, they're scholars, they're Roman scholars for life.
Syracuse Remembrance Week wraps up tomorrow with the rose-laying ceremony and the convocation of Syracuse Remembrance Scholars. Tyler and Lauren, back to you guys.
Thank you, Skylar. And Syracuse University is refusing to sign Trump's Compact for Academic Excellence in Higher Education in its current form. If signed, it offers preferential treatment for funding and tax breaks to colleges who agree to not consider race or gender during admissions. Chancellor Severin says he knows some universities are meeting with the White House. He says, quote, "I would have to consult with the Board of Trustees and this community before saying or doing anything more than I've said today about the compact, which is that the university is not going to sign it in its current form."
Happening now, SUNY ESF is honoring Mayor Ben Walsh and attorney Phil Bosque with the 2025 Sol Feinstein Environmental Award. The award goes to individuals who care for the environment through volunteering, community service, and understanding of environmental issues. ESF says Bosque has done work that supports more than $9 billion in construction value and $1.5 billion in tax credits. Walsh and his administration launched Sustainable Syracuse Initiative and the city's Climate Action Plan.
And with Election Day fast approaching, Focus Greater Syracuse Incorporated is hosting a forum with the 4 mayoral candidates tonight. Citrus TV's Jeremy Reed joins us live outside the Everson Museum where the forum is taking place. Jeremy, good evening.
Alright guys, welcome here. I'm outside the Everson Museum where currently the mayoral forum has already started, and with the election really coming up very soon now, it is absolutely vital for the public to come here with all those burning questions in their mind to ask what they want from their mayoral candidates. And of course, with one major development coming up in the future of Syracuse is the upcoming Micron facility. And during the Citrus TV mayoral debate earlier this week, they had a lot to say.
I will do what I'm doing now, workforce development, engaging in workforce development, making sure people learn the skills necessary.
And we need more people to live in the city. Micron's an opportunity for more people to come to the region. The city needs to capture it.
We need to get our residents into training programs and make sure they're ready to do those construction jobs.
If you can't get through a full background check, you're probably not going to be able to get a job at Micron.
And as important as the upcoming Micron facility development is, of course, there are much other more pressing matters that Syracuse residents are more interested in.
I would say the most important one that I can think of is housing. I really think that if people in the city had a warm place to go, especially in the wintertime, and had the idea of a roof over their head, and I think with food available to them, I think that we would have probably a safer and a happier city.
The forum now is going to be running up until about 8 p.m. tonight, and with the general election in less than 2 weeks, around Tuesday on November 4th, come on down. Please make sure that you are able to vote, and with the rain coming, it's about that time for me, Jeremy, to send you back to the studio.
Well, Jeremy, thank you so much. Definitely some important topics to stay on top of ahead of Election Day in less than 2 weeks now.
God, it's coming so close.
So close, and you know, something I bet a lot of people are wondering is what the weather's going to be. We've been seeing some cooler weather recently, definitely some more fall temperatures.
Yeah, definitely. I hope we're not going to be waiting in the polls line for too long in the cold, but here to tell us more is our Skylar Smith. Skylar, do we know what it's going to look like yet, or is it still too far out?
Well, I'm not Skylar, I'm Sunny, but it's okay because hopefully we're going to start to see some sun. Unfortunately, it is pretty cold outside right now. It's around 52 degrees, and we're having 100% cloud coverage. So that means it is pretty gloomy outside, typical Syracuse fall weather right now, and 10-mile-per-hour winds. So that means it is pretty chilly. It feels a little bit colder than that 52 degrees. Looking to tonight, we're going to see it drop down to 41 degrees. So there are going to be some rain showers here and there, and it's going to be a bit chilly, so make sure you prep for that. And then looking a little bit deeper into tonight, around 8 p.m., we're going to see 44 degrees. Again, around 11 p.m., same 44 degrees, but we are going to see scattered rain showers throughout the night, and around 2 a.m. we're going to see it still in the 40s, but a bit of a drop down there. So make sure if you have to leave your home that you prep for that. And I'll have more right further down in the show. Back to you guys.
Thank you so much, Sunny. Well, the town of DeWitt says their proposed fire budget for 2026 is increasing by $8 million, now standing at around $13 million in total. The increased budget comes from the town's decision to end its fire protection agreement with the East Syracuse Volunteer Fire Department just last year. The town says the budget will go toward purchasing new fire equipment plus additional insurance as well.
And Syracuse police are still looking for the individual who stabbed a dog in the neck on Tuesday on East Willow Street. The pit bull named Chance is in critical condition but is expected to live. Syracuse Pit Crew, a nonprofit animal activist organization, is offering a $2,500 reward to anyone with information. I certainly hope they find them.
This morning, the annual Downtown Committee of Syracuse's Fall Progress Breakfast highlighted the history of the city and looked ahead to the future. CitrusTV's Riley Fay has all the downtown updates.
The Progress event highlights the team effort that lead to the evolution of downtown through different speakers. Robert Searing from the Onondaga Historical Association explains where Syracuse has been historically.
What in this room is driving the bus and bringing Syracuse into the future. We talked about 200 years of history here. We are all together making the next 200 years of history. And this community has been at the center of the great leaps forward that this country has made. And we are set to do it again.
Now this is a very exciting time in Syracuse. This year celebrates the 50th anniversary of the Downtown Syracuse Committee, and this very week celebrates the 200th anniversary of the Erie Canal.
This helped Syracuse become a hub for social movements like abolitionism and women's rights. Information was now moving faster across upstate New York than it was most everywhere else in the country.
Editor-in-chief of This Is CNY and Syracuse.com, Katrina Tolak, tells us where Syracuse is going.
The Erie Canal didn't happen overnight. Building Armory Square didn't happen overnight. This was a generation of people deciding to build, to improve, to striving for better. And so when we sit down at the 100th anniversary Fall Progress Breakfast, another generation can look back and celebrate the decisions we make today to evolve downtown into a smarter, more innovative, more exciting, more efficient city.
For Citrus TV, I'm Riley Fay.
Riley, thank you. A Syracuse group planning their redevelopment of the Shoppingtown Mall in DeWitt is pulling out of the project. OHB Redev was slated to turn the mall into a mixed-use space back in 2021. They even began making progress in acquiring all the mall's properties last month. Now, the company says they're, quote, moving out of the driver's seat to focus on other projects. Onondaga County Executive Ryan McMahon says this is a step forward, not a step back.
Well, town officials in Oswego County are pushing for the school district to exempt veterans from school district taxes. The exemptions are offered by the county plus the cities of Oswego and Fulton. None of the school districts in Oswego County currently offer tax relief to veterans, but the Oswego assessor, says the request will only change residents' bills by about 7 to 14 cents per $1,000 of taxable value if approved.
Well, this weekend, the Showtacular Alpaca Show returns to the New York State Fairgrounds. The event features food, vendors, and of course, alpacas. Citrus TV's Matt Lesnick was able to get a sneak peek of this weekend's festivities.
That's about the most noise you're going to get right now.
And they'll run on this side.
At least when he isn't talking.
We did the end
But this Saturday, the exhibit center at the New York State Fairgrounds will be packed out with these guys. Scott Young has been managing shows like the Showtacular Alpaca for more than 3 decades, but he says the workload is no joke.
It's pretty much nonstop for us. Last weekend, my wife and I were running a show in Des Moines, Iowa, so from that show and this show, we've probably been 8 hours a day for almost 2 months.
However, the long drives don't stop alpaca farmers from all over the country from showing up. That rings especially true for Lenny and Suzanne Foss, who came from Maine to show off their alpacas.
You kind of get 6 shows in 2 weekends, so it's kind of more bang for your buck.
It's a good central spot for us.
Now, while there aren't many of these guys on this show yet, over the weekend, over 200 will be packing out this building. However, there's one group of people that Scott says he still hopes to inspire, and that's the next generation of alpaca farmers.
Years ago in 2001 when we did this, if someone came from the public, they didn't know what an alpaca was. Now most people know. You know, the word has gotten out there very well. So it's just now we would love to have some public come in and get interested in alpacas and join us. Buy some from someone and become an alpaca breeder. That would be the ultimate.
The livestock of an easy life. Matt Lesnick, Citrus TV News.
Well, thank you, Matt. Still ahead, the New York City Mayor Eric Adams has endorsed former Governor Andrew Cuomo for the city's mayoral election. A spokesperson for Adams says he intends to campaign alongside Cuomo. This comes after Adams called Cuomo, quote, a snake and a liar for pressuring him to leave the race. Cuomo continues to fall behind his Democratic opponent, Zoran Mamdani, in the polls.
And still ahead on News Live at 6, the government is closing out on the 23rd day of the shutdown, and no end is in near sight. The details on when the next vote is coming up.
Plus, a stir-up in the NBA. Over 30 coaches and players have been charged with betting illegally. Find out who after this.
You're watching Citrus TV News Live at 6 with Lauren Holdmeyer. Tyler Oldano, and Sunny Suaya. And now, your campus news leader continues.
This is now the second longest government shutdown of any kind ever in the history of our country, and it's just shameful.
As Speaker Mike Johnson said, today marks the 23rd day of the government shutdown. The Senate failed to pass a GOP-backed measure that would pay federal employees, military members, and contractors who have continued to work during the shutdown. It failed with a 54-45 vote and 3 Democrats voting with Republicans.
Democrats say the bill would give the president broad authority to determine who gets paid and who doesn't. The Senate left for the weekend and will not vote again until 3 p.m. on Monday, and that means the shutdown will last at least 27 days. The latest Treasury Department report shows that the U.S. gross national debt has risen to $38 trillion. This is the fastest amount of time the national debt has risen by $1 trillion since the pandemic. And the U.S. debt was reported to hit the $37 trillion this past October.
Higher borrowing costs on mortgages and cars and rising prices on all products are a few of the effects government debt has on Americans. That's according to the Government Accountability Office. An NBA head coach and player have been arrested with 30 others for illegal sports betting and playing poker games rigged by the mafia. Miami Heat guard Terry Rozier joined 6 others accused of illegally betting using insider NBA information.
In a separate indictment, the Portland Trail Blazers head coach Chauncey Billups is accused of rigging underground poker games backed by mafia families. He's one of the 31 defendants accused of trying to steal millions in underground poker. Both cases face money laundering and wire fraud conspiracy charges. They made initial court appearances earlier today. Now to the latest. Vice President J.D. Vance criticized a vote in Israel's parliament about the annexation of the occupied West Bank. He says the vote was a, quote, political stunt and an insult that could damage Washington's efforts to keep the Gaza ceasefire in order.
The bill passed with a 25-24 vote yesterday, but it's unlikely to pass multiple rounds of voting in the 120-seat parliament. Israel Prime Minister Netanyahu also has tools to delay or defeat the bill.
And coming up after the break on the Syracuse fall weather.
Here you go.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Welcome back to the Esports Juice Box, where we break down this week's esports news into digestible sizes for you.
With the end of CSGO and the release of Counter-Strike 2.
Welcome back to the Esports Juice Box, where we break down this week's esports news into digestible sizes for your easy consumption.
From the CitrusTV Weather Center, this is SU's most accurate weather forecast.
Welcome back to News Live at 6 on this very chilly Thursday night. If you're wondering what the weather is like around the region, well, here it is. Syracuse is not the only place that is a bit chilly today. We're seeing temperatures as low as 52 to 48, all in that range of typical fall weather. Now, the question is this weather here to stay? What will the rest of the week look like for us? And that is our 5-day forecast. Tomorrow we're going to see some rain, and it will be throughout the 50s as we're seeing here throughout the rest of the week. So that typical fall weather once again, but Friday, rain. Saturday, it's going to be cloudy, 100% cloud coverage like we saw today. We're
Gonna expect it again, and then Monday and Tuesday we can expect some lighter clouds, but still not that nice sunshine that we were having about 2 weeks ago and all in the 50s. I'll have more on your wake up weather in just a few. Back to you guys.
Oh, Sunny, definitely not looking forward to those rainy temperatures. Well, Starbucks Barista Union says it will vote on whether to authorize an unfair labor practice strike to demand the company to continue negotiating. Contract talks between the coffee giant and the union began last year but have hit a stalemate.
Unionized baristas have been picketing in roughly 60 cities, demanding a contract that, quote, reflects improved staffing, better pay, and on-the-job protections, unquote. The Starbucks Workers United Union says voting will begin tomorrow.
Basketball season is back. The Knicks took on the Cavaliers in a clash of the Eastern Conference Titans to open their season yesterday. Plus, some football talk next on Sports.
Dad?
Just 1 minute, okay?
Hey, Bobo, do trees tell each other stories?
I'm sorry. I'm afraid I don't know that.
Hey, why don't we go find out? Listen.
Do clouds take naps?
I couldn't tell you.
Can birds draw pictures?
I don't have an answer for that.
Dad, do stars visit their friends?
Look!
And now, your CitrusTV Sports Report.
As philosopher Curtis Blow once said, basketball is my favorite sport. I like the way they dribble up and down the court. Well, good news for Mr. Blow. His favorite sport is back. I'm Jish Sokolsky. Let's start this right with the Knicks. New York opened its season yesterday with a big test when it took on Cleveland, the 1 seed in the Eastern Conference last season. And this one was full of drama. Let's take a quick recap, a quick look at this game. From the jump, really, Cleveland was outmatched in the paint. You see this pass to Karl Anthony Towns with a one-handed flush in the first quarter, and it really was the Knicks defense that set up the offense. Look at this steal and score the other way from Mikal Bridges. He finished with a double-double on the evening. Mikal wasn't done, though. It doesn't matter who's defending him. That's Evan Mobley. Put it in his face and won. That could be a defensive player of the year right there, Evan Mobley, and he was getting picked on all day. Jalen Brunson down the baseline over Evan Mobley in the third quarter, gave the Knicks a nice 12-point cushion. Then in the fourth, to seal it, it's the bench guys getting involved. Jordan Clarkson, the latest signee, finishes with a two-handed jam, puts the Knicks up by an insurmountable lead. You know it's not a Tom Thibodeau team when the bench guys get involved. The Knicks take it 119-112, and it was a great day for New York's first five. 4 starters eclipsed double digits in scoring, and bench microwave Deuce McBride helped out with a crisp 15 points. Forward OG Anunoby and center Karl Anthony Towns each added over 10 boards as well. It was the first win in New York for head coach Mike Brown, and it came against a familiar team. Brown coached Cleveland from 2005 to 2010 and in the 2013-14 season, taking the Cavs to their first finals appearance. From the East Coast to the West Coast, football returns for Week 8 this evening when the Chargers host the Vikings. This is a potential get-right game between two teams that have been very cold, but LA has a hot secret weapon that should be familiar to Syracuse fans. Tight end Oronde Gadsden just set a franchise rookie record with 168 yards and his first career touchdown last week. The former Orange All-American can have similar success against a Vikings defense that gave up over 320 air yards last time out versus Philly. It was Minnesota's third loss in its last 5 games, but it can turn things around against an equally cold Chargers side, losers in 3 of their last 4 games. And speaking of losing, I'd be remiss to not mention the Syracuse game this Saturday. The Orange have lost 3 in a row and now have to go to Atlanta to play a howitzer in number 7 Georgia Tech. The Yellow Jackets haven't lost this year, and their quarterback Haynes King is looking like a Heisman finalist thanks to his ability to run and throw. But anything is possible. SU did beat GT last year when it was ranked 23rd. Syracuse will have to be the David in this situation again, as it is 17.5-point underdogs against the Yellow Jackets, guys.
Yeah, just definitely hoping for a win this weekend. You never know. Might be possible.
Never know.
Sunny Suaya will be right back with your wake-up weather.
Come on, it's not that hard.
My big man fingers are having a problem with these little tiny buttons.
Whoa, watch it there. Your blood pressure's gonna go through the roof.
Tell me about it. I'm trying to learn how to get it down. Instead, it keeps going up.
High blood pressure can increase the risk for heart attack or stroke. Learn how to keep yours at a healthy range.
Ever hear a voice command? Just say text barbershop to 97779.
That's not what I said.
Just give me that. Now my blood pressure's up.
They'll test you. Try to break your will. But however loud the loudness gets, however many cheese puffs may fly, you're the driver, the one in control. Stand firm. Just wait. And move only when you hear the click that says they're buckled in for the drive. Never give up till they buckle up.
Your daughter just had her first breakup. Do you A, put yourself in her shoes? B, console her?
Don't worry, sweetie. This is gonna happen a lot.
Or C, find her a new boyfriend?
Nice, single boys. That was weird.
As a parent, there are no perfect answers. But you don't have to be perfect to be a perfect parent. Thousands of teens in foster care will love you just the same.
Welcome back to News Live at 6. If you're wondering what the weather is going to be like when you wake up tomorrow morning on Friday, well, you guessed it, not much different than what we've been experiencing. 51 degrees, partly cloudy skies, and possible rain showers. And this weather is just making me want to stay in, cozy up, and watch a good TV show or fall movie. So I asked our anchors what their favorite fall movie or show was, and I'll tell you guys mine. It's When Harry Met Sally. I've really loved that one. It's just like the city, you get to see the fall leaves and everything with that. And then Lauren, you got to say, which one did you say? Gilmore Girls?
I did. I just feel like Gilmore Girls is such a classic fall show. The town that it's set in, Stars Hollow, is very fall vibes, and they do a lot of fall-related stuff. It's just a cozy, feel-good show.
Yes, it really is. It's awesome. And then Tyler, I never watched this one, but
it's a good movie. Fantastic. It's Wes Anderson, amazing director. I mean, I could talk about the guy for hours, but it's a fall movie for me because it takes place partly in an orchard. It's this big animal. If you guys seen the big Louvre triangle, it's like that, but fall themed with apples. So.
What about you?
And I didn't get to ask you.
Yeah, what's yours?
You're kind of putting me on the spot here. I'd have to go with Ferris Bueller's Day Off. It's not really a fall movie, but it makes me long for the warm weather again and that freedom that summer provides. What a great movie.
Hey, fair enough. Well, something else that you can do this fall, the Melting Pot is coming back to Destiny USA, and it's opening tomorrow.
Okay, well, the company is celebrating its 50th anniversary with the grand reopening at the mall on October 24th. Wow, guys, I haven't been to the Melting Pot in ages.
Me
and this is kind of like the prime opportunity. Should we all set up a group little date together?
I don't know. I gotta wait. I told myself I saw this. I gotta wait till my birthday. It's in December. So if you can, satiate, if you can Save yourself to then we'll talk, Tyler.
You know, I feel like that's fair. Get them some time to get things under their belt.
Right, exactly. We don't want to be their first customer.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Especially since we're the ones cooking, you know, right?
Definitely. Until then, we can stick to our fall movies and shows.
Right, exactly.
Have you ever been to the Melting Pot, Sunny?
I haven't.
Really?
No. What should I expect? I mean, I don't really.
The
Lots
best
of cheese.
experience ever.
Okay.
Lots of cheese.
Or
like,
chicken broth,
too much
or
cheese.
chocolate, dessert fondue.
Sounds
super
like all my
underrated.
favorite things.
Dessert is amazing.
Cheese and chocolate, 2 C's.
Yes, well, that is Citrus TV News live at 6/4 this Thursday.
Don't forget you can follow us on X and Instagram at the Citrus TV News. Now, for the entire Citrus TV News team, I'm Tyler Oldano.
And I'm Lauren Holdmeyer. Have a great evening, Syracuse.